All right. Hey guys, it is June 21st and I'm here with Danny Clark from DC Diamond Academy, and I'm Trista from Greenfire CrossFit and Gym Therapy Inc. And we're doing a special segment today on a local business that I actually partner with and do stuff with, so I'm excited to interview him. So let's talk about you a little bit, Danny. What do you do here at your facility?
So we do like private baseball lessons. We do 8-week hitting programs, fielding programs for both baseball and softball. We also run camps. We do travel teams. We pretty much do everything.
Everything baseball.
Everything in baseball and softball.
That's awesome. So I want to get a little bit about your history of what made you want to start this. So what age did you start playing baseball?
I believe I started, around 7 or 8, machine pitch. Then I stayed in Indiana from Little League to Hoy up to pretty much college.
College?
Yeah,
nice. That's awesome.
Here, yep.
Did your love for baseball help you decide which college to attend?
Yeah, I enjoyed baseball where whoever would give me the best opportunity, I would have went. But staying home at IUP, that was pretty nice for a little bit, and then I transferred to UPJ for 2 years. But it was nice staying local.
So you got to stay local,
yeah.
and Johnstown's not that far away either. What positions did you play?
Well, since I was a lefty, I got limited to first base, pitcher, and outfield. So when I grew up, from about Little League until Junior Legion, I played first. Then they realized I wasn't the tallest of guys, but I was fast, so they moved to the outfield. Then I had really good range, so I stayed there till about high school to college. I was an outfielder and pitcher.
Nice. Lefties. I'm a lefty too. There's something about lefties. We're just good at what we do, I guess. Clint's also a lefty at our gym too. Yeah, we have lots of lefties. When you were playing at a collegiate level, did you or your teammates experience like any mental health issues, like anxiety, depression, when you're performing at like a high level competition? Is that something that you experienced?
Me, not so much, because I try to stay, I was pretty mental, I was mentally strong to where if things got tough, I was able to battle through it, to where if I was struggling, I went to the gym, I went to the T work. So I tried my best to minimize that. The hardest probably, I have had teammates that they battle through like mental problems because they started getting in a slump. They couldn't hit the ball and they couldn't figure it out, to where it really bothered them. And then probably the highest was when someone got hurt.
Yeah.
As an athlete, when you get hurt, that's where you'll sit there and your mind starts wandering.
And that's the thing in all sports.
Yeah.
I know that, JP is our master's athlete and he's had a couple surgeries. He's almost 70. And he said this go around was like the hardest for him because it just that mental struggle. And it's cool when you're in a group sport like baseball that you have people that can like pick you up when you're going down. And that's something you and I talk about privately. We talked about working with your teammates or your teams of helping them through that mental battle of when times get tough. And that's one of my favorite topics. I love talking about that. So I've just heard in so many situations from so many different high level teams that suicide rates are really high in college sports. And it's heartbreaking to hear that. And I just wanted to know if that was something that you experienced with any.
Me, it's hard because as you get older, it's based off of performing. If you're not performing well, then you don't really get to play.
You don't get to play.
So there's pressure on you every time you go out there to better do well or next man up.
The next
so I enjoyed that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Once I got that spot, I wanted to keep it
competitive. Yeah. And some people just thrive well in those high pressure situations. Me, not so much. I'm not one of those people. I don't like to be anxious and don't like that. Talking about your athletes at your facility, what do you do to relieve pressure from them during the playoffs? Because and during travel season, because I know like parents screaming on the sidelines, kids are just like on the brink. What do you do to help them and bring them back down?
I always tell them you're going to be all right. You're only 10, 11, 12 years old. You're still learning. It's all right to mess up. Sometimes it's good to mess up and you learn from it. And you won't do it again. Because I played at Flood City, very, very, very high level travel. And when you did something wrong, they told you. You didn't do it again. You learn from it.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing. I mean, people, if you strike out, they scream at you. If you miss a fly ball, you scream. Just make the next play, next at bat, make up for it.
I love that mentality too, because like you hear like when you're in the audience, you hear that collective, ugh, whenever someone like misses a ball, and it's like they're still kids,
right?
Like they're still kids, and do we do that every time we make mistakes in our everyday lives? Because if you do, it's gonna be a bumpy road for you every time you make a mistake. You do that.
Yep.
What made you want to open your own facility?
Well, I did a little bit of work at ST Bank Arena. They allowed me to do some programs and lessons. And then I've always loved baseball. When my last day on senior day in college, it was hard for me to go back because like got those memories, and it was hard because it goes from every day in your life to nothing.
Yep.
So I took a little time off, and then I was allowed to go back into lessons and stuff, and then I found a new passion for it. Instead of learning how to play it, now I get to teach it.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy teaching it.
I don't think that there is a greater feeling than like sharing your knowledge and your experience with kids and watching things click and watching them find that love that you had and that passion that you had.
Right.
And that's actually how you and I met. We met at the arena where my gym is at, and I've helped with camps when you had them there, and I come here, and it's something we both are passionate about, helping kids. And I was really happy to see you do something that you love. I spent a majority of my life doing a job on the side that I don't like, and it was so cool to see you be like, nah, this is what I want to do. And that's why you opened your own facility.
And it's nice to teach kids where I might have failed, or I got lazy, or didn't do something right. Now I get to teach them the right thing so they don't make the same mistakes that us coaches made that we like to go back on.
And I think throughout the years, like I know with CrossFit, I've seen our coaching levels have advanced so much over the years. Like you've learned different ways to break skills down and different ways to break lifts down that when it first started, you didn't have that. So now I'm able to help people like be better lifters than I was when I started, just because we didn't have that level of sophistication and breakdown. So you probably have the same thing with baseball, that you can make these kids be really great players just because you have more to work with now.
Correct.
Did you see signs that like Indiana was lacking a facility like yours that made you want to open it?
I mean, there's facilities everywhere, but for me, it was doing it correctly.
Yeah.
As in proper training, arm care, mechanics, pitch counts, learning the small pieces that I thought were missing in like the hitter swing, them pitching, fielding. It's the small things that I believe that are missing.
That are missing.
A lot of people you go to the cage and just hit. You go to the field and just throw a ball. You go on the mound and just throw it. They're not actually working on stuff. Where, same like lifting, you need form first.
Correct. Yep.
So pitching, you need form. You need proper footwork, then you build them up. Same with hitting, you need footwork, then you build them up to the swing or the actual throw. So it's
so cool how it's so relatable too, because like for CrossFit mechanics, consistency, intensity, and then you can build that up. And if you don't have that basic form, then that's going to be a problem later on.
And that's what I see most with kids coming in from everywhere.
Yeah.
The little things are what's holding them back.
Yeah.
And that's something we teach is the small things, and the small things to me makes the biggest difference.
I love watching when I come here and I do like the exercise portion with them when they have their clinics, and it's so cool to see them dial in and to actually, because it's hard to keep kids' attention too. It really is. I do a 45-minute kids class, and just getting them, keeping their attention the entire time is super important. And we get to the exercise piece, we kind of keep it the fun piece. They're working on core stuff, but we make it kind of like game-like. I do that with my kids' classes just to keep them going. I worked with skaters yesterday to do the same thing. They're like, hey, you guys give me X amount of work time. We'll have time. We'll go play on the turf. And it equals out. And I think they have that appreciation where we work hard and we get to be goofs for a little bit too.
Yes, we do. At practice, we have a lot of competitions because it's hard to keep a kid active. Even older guys. If you start doing competitions where the winner doesn't have to do an extra 25 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and the losers, they battle, and it brings out the best out of them because they don't want to keep doing push-ups
Yep.
or sit-ups with a punishment. So we teach them. We keep it fun. We can keep it competitive to where the games actually help during the games. And if you lose, got to be accountable. So you got to do something.
Accountability is a huge thing.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
our kids, I mean, they enjoy it.
And they're good. Like, they're good. We actually watched one of your kids pitching that was in the gym with strength. He did really good the other night. So it was cool to actually see a kid I worked with on the mound pitching for strength. So.
It's a good feeling when you see techs or during the games like travel, you see their hard work starting to pay off.
Yeah.
See the kids start feeling good about themselves and realize that they can do it, and it's fun to watch. That's why I enjoy it.
And feeling confident.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you do to keep your facility affordable to most of our community? Because I know that travel is expensive.
Travel's expensive. It's touchy. A lot of people do it for the money. I keep it affordable because we care about the kids.
Yeah.
I want every kid to walk through his doors feeling welcomed and their parents can afford it. And no, that's when we care about the kids.
Yeah.
I don't care about, I'll do this for free if I have to, but unfortunately.
You can't. You got to keep the lights on.
You got to keep the lights on and
that's something.
Equipment.
It's important, I think, too, because we live in an area that it's not rich. We don't live in a rich area. And we want to see kids do the most that they can with, and not see parents have to be like, well, does my kid get to play baseball or do we get to go on a vacation this year?
Right.
I feel the same with my gym. I keep our memberships as low as I possibly can.
Right.
We don't have frills and thrills. We do what we do and we do it well. And we don't need to have all of the crazy stuff that goes with it. And we keep it affordable so people, a whole family can do CrossFit at our gym and afford it. And that's what's important. I think that's when you and I had discussions about you opening your facility, I think that was really important because I know that a lot of kids that I know personally wouldn't be able to play if it wasn't a lower cost.
Right. I'd rather see 40 kids in here than 10.
Exactly.
More the better. Get the kids in the game, get them enjoying the game, and make them stay in the game until high school or whenever their baseball career ends.
And past it.
It, college, pro, whatever it may be. Just get them starting young, get them enjoying it, get them the confidence they need, grow them into the game, learn the game, and
go from there.
Let them go on their journey.
How do you get the word out about your facility here at DC Diamond?
We use social media, Facebook, Instagram, but mostly we go by word of mouth. We do quality work, as in to where if you do good quality work, word spread.
Yeah.
So I let a lot of people do the talking, saying, "Hey, this is the place to go," and the word spreads nicely. I mean, it really does. If you put good quality work out, the word spreads, and that's what we try to do. Try to make it the best for the kids and do quality work.
I have paid for advertising on Google. Insanely expensive. Didn't really get the results I wanted. I've paid for Facebook ads, Instagram. You get some stuff. I don't know that I've had any solid people come in.
Right.
Where I get people is that my members share their experience. People see it and they say, I want to do that.
Right.
And that's what brings in the more people. And it is word of mouth and how you treat your members and your facility. I think that's really speaks for who you're going to bring in. And you set the tone for how you want people to treat other people in your facility. So like we have our box rules on the wall so that you know when you walk in like what's acceptable behavior here and how you treat people. And people are like, all right, this is what is expected of me and this is what we do.
That's how we do it. Once you walk through those double doors, it's baseball and I don't care about anything else. You're here for baseball. Get your work in, then you go home and do your thing.
Leave it at home.
But we do it quality work, and then the kids go play a baseball game, struggling. They come here for a couple lessons, and next thing you know, they're hit a couple doubles, triples, hit their first home run. Then people are like, where'd that come from? Then people start talking where they come, and then this grows. Yeah,
and it's fun when I'm at baseball games and I hear that because I'll hear like, oh yeah, he's going there, and it gives you that little butterfly inside. You're like, I got to see this in action. So that's awesome. And this is a question, and not to construe it in a way that's negative towards competition, But what do you think sets you apart from your competitors? And that can be anywhere. In like, you know, Johnstown, anywhere. What do you think sets you apart from them?
I'm here 24. I'm here 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their own jobs and then they do this on the side, which I get. But this is my full-time job and I'm here 10, 12 hours a day. Going at it, planning on getting these kids better, planning on what can I do better as in programs, camps, teams, to get these kids to be successful at all levels. This is my full-time job. I'm constantly at the baseball field or here, putting in the work for these kids. And even when they leave, I'm thinking about them as in, what can I do to get him better for the next lesson? So when they come into the doors, I have drills already laid out. I have a routine they need to stay on. So that, to me, that sets me apart. This is my full-time job. I'm fully invested in it, and this is all I do. And
you know, you have at some camps like, what, 20, 30 kids? And every single kid, you know them by name and exactly what they need to work on.
Yep.
I'm so impressed by that. And I'm really good. One thing that I do as a business owner, I look you in the face and I say your name like 3 times the first time you come in the door, and I will remember your name. When there were so many kids, like, I don't know how you did it. And you knew every single one of them, all the people that you had working for you, knew the kids by name and were addressing them. And I think that also sets you apart, because I think that people want to feel important when they come in your doors. Right. And I think that was a really, really great thing that you do. And you let them know that they're not just a number, they're each important in their own specific way.
Yep. Everyone's welcome in the baseball world, especially nowadays. The numbers are not like what they were when I was growing up. So it's important to get every kid matters.
Yeah.
You got to get them involved. And another thing that sets me apart in my eyes is opportunity. We hold 8-week programs, 4-week programs, camps, travel teams. You can rent out the facility if you want for father and son, mom and daughter, whoever. Everyone's welcome. And then some kids, they don't get the chance to play because maybe they're not good enough.
Yeah.
When in my eyes, all the kid needs is a chance.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to coach them because it's not good enough.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, that's my own project. I can build him up the way I want and then get involved, which I enjoy also.
I really love that. And what is your most rewarding part of your job? Like, what do you think gives you at night when you're like, yeah, that's it. This is what I do this for.
It was when a kid walks through his doors, you can tell he's down, like not confident in his hitting, pitching, fielding, whatever it may be. And then you start doing a couple drills, just say hitting. He's swinging and miss on everything. And he tweak his stance, posture, swing, everything. And he finally connects on one. And then all you see is a smile. That's where you I got him. Now he's starting to feel better. Now let's get to work. Same with pitching. They'll throw in here, a little banging off the walls, whatever. You change their mechanics, couple grips, different posture, and they start throwing strikes. Then you get that smile.
Yep.
That smile is when that's when I enjoy it.
I always say it's like the light in the eyes. When you see their that light turn on and you're like, well, this is it. Now they're in.
Yep. And then there's times where it's a struggle sometimes with some kids. And then after the lesson's over, I'm still not satisfied.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to do better.
We can do better for him.
And then when he comes next time, we'll keep going until we get that confidence and that, like I said, that smile, and his eyes will light up.
I love that.
That's something I enjoy. And then once they get hooked on it, now you can really start putting the work in.
And there's something so special, and I feel like it's such an honor to be called a coach. Like, it really, really is. And I knew my entire life I wanted to help people. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I thought about doing psychology, and then I realized I'm way too emotional to not take that home. And then when I started in this realm of being a coach and seeing the impact that you make, and it flutters through when you make that, you brighten that light in someone, then they go to the next person and they start to light their flame, and it's it spreads. It's contagious.
Yeah, coaching, it's fun, and it's hard too, because can't make everyone happy, unfortunately. And
No.
There's pros and cons, but no, it's fun.
And the pros definitely outweigh the cons.
Mm-hmm.
In the first few years of owning a business, though, I remember just being like, how do I please everybody?
Right.
And I started to say, like, this is what we do. We do it well.
Mhm.
We've been doing this for 10 years.
Right.
This is it. I promise you, we'll get you where you need to be. And then people, they'll start to see that, and it just takes time. It's a roller coaster for a little bit, and you can't make everyone happy. And sometimes it just, relationships sever, and that's kind of better in the long
coaching
run.
is like a 24/7 job. It never ends. When you go home, you're still planning. You wake up, you're always thinking of new ways to improve on the players, facility. It's a never ending job.
Your brain is just constant. My brain is constantly going. I'll lay in bed some nights and just be like, okay, you have to go to sleep. You have to just turn this off now.
That's how I am. I sit there, lay there. Then before I fall asleep, I'll think of something, then I'm up.
And then you write it down. Like, just keep a little notebook by your bed and write it down.
Yeah.
So what is the highlight of DC Diamond so far?
I mean, it's a lot. It's our first year opening, so it's a lot. Like, all the people that start trusting you, that's very satisfying. That's a highlight. Like, it seems like every week we grow more.
Yeah.
And to me, it's very satisfying and makes me think that we're doing the right thing for the kids. Not just myself, but like my dad's involved, my sister helps. We got a lot of great coaches. And for our travel teams, we have about 5 or 6 run-up finishes in tournaments. Our 10U just won a championship in West Mifflin. So we're starting to really make an impact.
That's great.
In tournaments on our first year, which was my worries. We definitely had our growing pains, don't get me wrong. But our kids you can see the progression in the kids.
Yeah.
They're really starting to improve on the field, and to me, I'm satisfied. The next year we gotta keep getting better.
And dial in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what would you like our local community to know about DC Diamond Academy?
Trust. Believe in us. A lot of people are scared to come over or scared to try a new home or other reasons, and I want them to trust and come over and realize that they're going to be okay in the baseball world here. That we offer top-tier instruction, development, proper arm care, you name it. We do everything with strict rules and culture change, and we try to get our players to reach their fullest potential. Everything they do, we try to keep it professional and strict to where we're not here to goof off. We're here to, if you're here to walk through those doors, it's baseball and that's it. And after you leave at 7 o'clock, I don't care what you do. But I want people to believe in us and trust us that we are here for strictly baseball and nothing else.
And also, that people understand that you have travel teams, but to come to this facility, you don't have to be on your travel team.
No, you don't got to be.
Anyone can come.
You don't got to be a member. You don't got to be really anything. You can be a random dad and kid that just wants to come and hit. Then I'll rent you out a cage, and that's it. Everyone's welcome. You don't got to be a part of the travel team. You don't got to be part of anything.
And people can take private lessons from you too.
Right.
And they can schedule that, or with you have softball coaches too that do it.
We have myself. I give lessons 7 days a week, and then we have 2 softball trainers. Actually, more. We have Sue Snyder, we have Olivia Zimmerman, and then we have Lauren Dillette from Seton Hill.
Nice.
So then we have Brandon Canick from IUP. He helps over here. We have Joel Martin. He was a former draft pick. So we got a very, very good staff here that will allow your kids to get proper training.
So I think some people might not understand that it's not just a travel facility. Mm-hmm. You have everything here, hitting clinics, and you're constantly putting them on your social media.
Yep.
And do you want to let us know what your social media handle is? So what is you are DC Diamond, is it Academy?
It's DC Diamond Academy LLC.
And is that on Facebook?
Facebook, and then we have Instagram too.
What's your handle on Instagram? Is it a little bit different? Is it just DC Diamond?
I think it's DC Diamond Academy still.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram, and also you have a website too, right?
Yep, DCDiamondAcademy.com. Yep.
Yeah, so all of those places you can check out Danny and his team, and you can sign your kids up for baseball and softball lessons, or come in, make an appointment, meet with them, and see what they offer. A young person opening a business in Indiana in his first year and making a really great impact with the kids. So we're really happy to talk to you. Thanks for coming on, and I can't wait to share this episode.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.